Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Bridgewater on first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw, Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here, taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these 2 teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Mark 55! Mark 55!
Bridgewater now from the 50. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Texans will take over at the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
At the 37-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 73 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Bridgewater to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Jones. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Switch it. Relax. 59 mark. Check, 59. Rip left. Joker. Who do you want?
On first down, it's Watson. Going deep here for Stills. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. A little 360. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Here's Kamara off the draw. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen.
Now Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Kill. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go.
Watson on first down. It's complete to Fuller. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
You got tight right there. Hey, 24. Go. 56 the Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Ain't no 55.
From the red zone now, Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, here's Miller. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Big hit.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. From the gun, Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. After the sack on first down, Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Bridgewater. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Bridgewater. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go, here we go. Mike, check, 59. 31. Hot seven. Hey, watch it.
Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Here we go. Slip.
Third and long. It's Watson. Step, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now it's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Cook. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Miller. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down now, it's Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 30 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless, able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Bridgewater now.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Just like that. Just like that.
1st down, a run with Hyde. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun, here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Go. 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Oh, the spin. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
I'm coming after you.
On 4th down, Lutz, and it is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And finally taken down at the 15. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it's going to be second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on first and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Bridgewater. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Saints on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is third and 4. Now Bridgewater. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Play fake. Bridgewater. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Again, it's high. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Ginn. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One last shot now for Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Houston, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.